Number 17 is directing the first-string offense, Brock Osweiler, and Peyton Manning is not in uniform, on the sidelines, wearing a visor. A day off. A few guys got the day off. DeMarcus Ware got the day off. T.J. Ward got the day off. But it's just weird seeing number 17 instead of number 18 directing the offense. And, I'm not convinced that Mr. Osweiler is the answer for the future. How about you?
No, and Gary Kubiak said over the weekend that he needs some work on his footwork.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't out there today. I've already served my time. Not next door at the Justice Center, Jefferson, but I told you on Friday that that's a great parking place over there. Probably not today.
Yeah.
Probably not today. But what was your impression of Brock Osweiler?
Well, I hesitate. I hesitate to make a definitive judgment just yet. We've seen so little of the guy.
Oh, you can't based on one practice?
Yeah, I mean, in his 3-year career, he's thrown 30 passes, none of them in real meaningful situations. But I wonder, Woody, he's supposed to have the talent and the skill set to flourish in a Gary Kubiak type offense where they have the quarterbacks rolling out and throwing. I've been watching him for the last 4 days. It's not impressive to me. I'm impressed with his size, but that's not something he had to work on. I'm fairly impressed with his arm strength. I'm fairly impressed with his legs and his ability to escape and to make a play with his legs. But when we watch quarterbacks, you want to see some flashes. You want to see flashes of brilliance that make you go, he's got some potential. He looks like he could do this. He looks like he could do that. In 3+ years of watching him in preseason games, training camp sessions, OTAs, mini camps, and a few snaps in regular season games, I've never found myself saying, he looks like he's got a shot. So I wonder about him. But again, I want to see a little more preseason. I want to see him play a little more in the regular season this year.
And you want to see more sizzle, I would think.
Yeah, I do.
Let me ask you this, and you know this to be true. I've spent 45, 50 years around the game. And when a quarterback walks into a room at a party or a restaurant, his own maybe, or on the practice field, you know he's a quarterback.
Yeah.
I would say this, and
presence.
This is not a political statement. When Bill Clinton walked in the room, you knew he was in the room.
Oh.
You knew he was a president. You knew he was somebody special.
Oozed charisma. Still does.
Jack Nicholson walks in the room, you know he's somebody. So if Brock Osweiler walks in the room, what will you think of him? I'll tell you what I think of him. Well, it's a tall guy. I mean, really, he doesn't exude, and I'm not putting him down for it. He's never been a first-string quarterback. He really, go back to it, and I said it to you when we first started the show, I believe it's 18. It might be 19. He's only had 19 starts since he was in high school. And he went to your school, and Arizona he was State, not a starting quarterback until his
junior year, I believe.
Did he play that long? I thought he was left after his sophomore year.
Maybe you're right. I think it was sophomore year and junior year. He had those 19 starts,
and so he hasn't started for a long time.
Yeah.
And in high school, he was noted for being a basketball player.
There were rumors in the offseason that John Elway was thinking of extending Osweiler, securing him. He's in the last year of his rookie deal. If John Elway really believed that Osweiler was the quarterback of the future, if he was totally convinced, wouldn't he have done something?
Well, let me tell you what I would do.
Because at the end of the year, Osweiler can walk.
Sure. I would give him Will Barton money. How about that? I'd give him the same contract the Nuggets are giving Will Barton. Do you know what Will Barton's contract is?
Like 3 years, 13 million, something like that?
3 years, 10.8 million.
Okay.
Would you give him that kind of money?
No.
Really?
No.
$3 million
No,
for 3
and I'll
years?
tell you why. Because I'm not ready to give him the crown. I'm not ready to say he's the quarterback of the future.
That's not a crown.
Well,
Russell Wilson just got
when you're giving him that
$87 million.
When you're giving him that kind of money, you're saying one of two things. He's either going to be a very underpaid starting quarterback here, or he's going to be a very well-paid backup. I'm not ready to do that. And I'll tell you why. I think we'll know.
Well, I disagree with you, but I'll accept that.
I think we'll know if he's going to be able to play quarterback as a starter in this league when John Elway decides what he's going to do with him. Meaning, if Elway gives him an extension and pays him like a starting quarterback, that tells you right there is your starting quarterback. If Elway doesn't do anything this year and Osweiler goes into his free agent year, that tells you that Elway's not sure he can play in this league.